All right, ready to dive deep into self-improvement today,
Deep dive it is.
and specifically how it makes you a better leader. So we're cracking open John C. Maxwell's Self-Improvement 101.
Love that book.
To give you the concentrated version, no need to spend years reading We Gotcha.
Exactly, and I think this is really key for anyone who's already achieved some success. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about what it really takes to keep growing, even when you think you've got it figured out.
Which is something every leader has to face, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to tackle how to actually make those improvements happen, not just the theory.
Love it.
We'll also get into how personal growth really connects to your career.
And the surprising link between going through tough times and becoming even more successful.
Buckle up, it's concentrated wisdom time.
It all starts with a key idea from Maxwell. He says change happens to all of us, right?
You can't avoid it.
But growth, that's a choice.
You can choose to stay stuck even when everything around you is changing.
Yep, you can't control change, but you can control how you respond to it.
He doesn't just drop that truth bomb, though. He gives us 8 principles.
It's like a checklist for making growth happen on purpose.
I like that.
Choosing to grow, starting NLW, focusing on developing yourself.
Not just chasing that temporary good feeling.
Right, and this is a big one, never being satisfied.
Ooh, that one hits home.
He tells this story about Pablo
The
Casals.
cellist?
Yeah, he was 95 years old and still practicing 6 hours a day.
Wow.
He was at the top of his game.
But still thought he could improve.
Talk about a growth mindset in action.
That's the perfect example of what Maxwell means by never being satisfied, right?
It doesn't matter what you've accomplished, there's always room to grow.
No matter how many trophies you have.
Exactly. Okay, so now for the leaders out there. This part is juicy.
Lay it on us.
Maxwell calls out this myth that once you hit the top, you're done. He even calls it the BS myth.
Love that he doesn't mince words.
He's not just trying to be provocative, though. He's got a point.
Mm.
Relying on charm or taking shortcuts might get you a promotion,
You might even fool some people.
but it won't help you actually lead effectively or earn that long-term respect.
That's where real growth comes in.
100%.
Yeah.
He tells this funny story about a turkey in a bowl to illustrate that point.
Good one.
It reminds you that sustainable success as a leader comes from constantly learning, adapting, becoming a true expert in your field.
Not just playing the game.
Right, it's about substance over style.
And here's why this is so important for every single leader listening. Your growth directly impacts your team's success.
If you're not growing, you're holding them back from reaching their full potential.
Powerful stuff.
It's like that analogy he uses. The more a fruit tree grows
Stronger roots, more fruit.
and becomes more valuable.
Same for leaders. The more you grow, the more you have to offer.
Absolutely. And he offers some really practical tips to put this into action. Continuously learn about your craft, talk about it with others,
Practice it like crazy.
and seek out people who are ahead of you in their field. You're actually doing that right now by listening to this deep dive.
I love that. Okay, time for some real talk, though.
Hit me.
Sometimes our talents can actually make us less open to learning new things.
It's like we think, I have already got this figured out.
That can be dangerous.
It's a trap so many successful people fall into. They reach a certain level and think they're at the peak. But that's when you need to be the most careful.
It's like the learning has to keep going, even when you think you're done.
John Wooden, the legendary basketball coach, said it best.
I'm ready.
It's what you learn after you know it all that counts.
Mic drop. That's the point. Learning never stops, even when we think we're at the top.
And for leaders, it means being humble enough to admit there's always more to learn.
Even from unexpected places.
And this is where Maxwell's idea of teachability comes in. It's not just about memorizing facts.
It's deeper than that.
It's about pushing yourself to reach your full potential, not just settling for what feels good right now.
He lays out these teachability truths.
And one that really stands out is how successful people view learning differently.
How so?
They see it as a constant process.
Not a one-time event.
Exactly. They're always asking questions, looking for new information.
Always trying to get better.
And the biggest blocker to that is pride.
Pride gets in the way.
When we let pride take over, we close ourselves off to new ideas, new perspectives,
We don't want to hear feedback.
and we definitely don't want to admit we're wrong.
So how do we fight that pride and actually cultivate this teachability?
Maxwell gives us some actionable steps.
Let's hear them.
First, learn to really listen. Don't just wait for your turn to talk.
Take it all in.
Second, understand that learning is a cycle. You act, learn from your mistakes, and try again. It's not linear.
It's like those spiral notebooks we had in school.
I love that analogy. And third, be intentional about creating teachable moments.
By surrounding yourself with the right people and experiences.
He even has self-assessment questions to figure out your own teachability. Questions like, do I readily admit when I'm wrong?
Oof, that one's tough.
Or, am I willing to ask a question that might make me look dumb?
It's about being honest with yourself.
Exactly. So we've talked about our own attitudes towards learning.
But what about other people?
Maxwell dives into how much they matter for our growth.
That's huge.
He breaks down 3 basic attitudes. First, no one can teach me anything.
That's the arrogant approach, right?
Exactly. Then there's someone can teach me everything.
Okay, that's more naive.
And finally, everyone can teach me something.
That's the teachable approach.
Which one resonates with you?
It's a great way to figure out how you view learning from others.
And it highlights that everyone, regardless of their background, has something valuable to offer.
We just have to be open to it.
He tells this story about going to a conference thinking he'd only learn from the big-name speakers.
But it didn't work out that way.
Nope. He learned the most from his peers.
Wow. Just in casual conversations.
Yeah, during a random idea exchange session.
That is so powerful. We often limit our learning by thinking we're only supposed to learn from certain types of people.
People with fancy titles or tons of experience.
When really, everyone has something to teach us. Now, I agree, everyone has something to offer.
Totally.
But I think there's also wisdom in choosing your mentors strategically.
Mentors who embody the skills you want to develop.
People who are a few steps ahead of you on the path you want to be on.
It's about being intentional with who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely. So how do we maximize learning from others?
Maxwell gives us a few steps. First, make learning your passion.
Be curious, ask questions.
Seek out information.
Second, value everyone's potential to teach.
Don't dismiss someone just because they haven't reached a certain level yet.
Third, build relationships that are focused on growth.
People who inspire you, challenge you, support your journey.
Fourth, see people's unique strengths. Ralph Waldo Emerson said it well.
Lay it on me.
Every man I meet is my superior in some way. In that, I learn of him.
And finally, ask questions. Don't be afraid to admit you don't know something. The more you ask, the more you learn.
It's about being an active participant, not just a passive listener. This all brings us to one of Maxwell's core ideas.
I'm intrigued.
Finding your strength zone.
I love this concept.
It's something he learned early on from his dad.
What does Dad say?
Find out what you do well and keep on doing it. Simple, but powerful, right?
Simple is usually best.
And it really connects to his definition of success.
Which is?
It's 3 parts: knowing your purpose, reaching your potential, and helping others.
All linked to your strength zone.
Here's the big takeaway for everyone listening, especially when it comes to your career. Personal development, according to Maxwell, is not about fixing your weaknesses.
It's about maximizing your strengths.
This is a game changer for a lot of leaders,
We're often taught that we have to be good at everything.
even in areas where we totally stink.
But Maxwell says true success comes from focusing on what you do best. Let other people complement your weaknesses.
So to find your strength zone, what do we do?
He gives some great advice. First ask, what am I doing well? Not just, what am I doing right?
It's a subtle difference, but it matters.
It helps you identify areas where you naturally excel, not just things you're competent at.
It's the things that energize you.
Things you could do for hours and not get bored.
Second, be specific.
Don't just say, I'm good at leadership. Figure out what kind of leadership. What are you best at? Are you a visionary, a strategic leader, or more people-oriented?
Get granular.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Third, pay attention to what other people praise you for.
Sometimes we don't even realize our strengths because they come so easily to us.
What's natural to you might be a real struggle for someone else. And finally, check out the competition.
Ooh, I like this one.
Not to compare yourself in a negative way,
Right.
but to see where your unique edge is. What do you bring to the table that no one else does?
That's how you figure out your niche, your zone of genius, where you can really shine.
This whole strength zone thing really hit home for me when I first started speaking alongside other motivational speakers.
What happened?
They were so good, I felt intimidated.
I get that.
But then I realized I didn't have to be better than them.
You had to be the best you.
Exactly. I just had to find my own unique niche, which turned out to be motivational teaching. It was through observing the competition that I discovered my own unique strength.
Sometimes seeing what others are doing well helps us figure out our own path.
Absolutely. And the strength zone isn't just about personal success. It's crucial for leading others.
How so?
Good leaders, great leaders, help their teams find their strengths too.
Help them find their own zones.
And empower them to operate from those areas. Create an environment where everyone can thrive by playing to their strengths.
It's like conducting an orchestra. Every instrument has its unique sound, its strength, and together they make something incredible.
Love that.
Yeah?
But sadly, research shows that a lot of people aren't working in their strength zones.
How many?
Gallup did this huge survey of over 1.7 million people.
That's a lot of data.
And only 20% of employees felt like their strengths were being utilized daily.
That's such a waste.
It's a leadership failure, according to Maxwell. Leaders are responsible for helping their people discover and develop their strengths, and then structuring their roles accordingly.
Makes sense.
The team's success depends on each person being able to contribute their best. To do this well, leaders need to really study their team.
What are their strengths, weaknesses, attitudes?
How do they fit together? Understand each person as an individual and how they contribute to the overall team dynamic.
It's like solving a puzzle, figuring out how all the pieces fit.
And then you have to communicate that understanding to your team. Let each person know how they fit on the team, what strengths they bring.
And how they complement the other members.
You're building a sense of belonging and purpose. And here's the key to building a strong team culture.
Very.
Emphasize the importance of complementing each other rather than competing with each other.
That's a big shift for a lot of teams.
Move the focus from individual achievement to collective success. I remember having this conversation with a bunch of CEOs about the strength zone.
What did they say?
One pushed back and said, but when Tiger Woods has a bad round of golf, he practices for hours. He's working on his weaknesses.
I can see where he's coming from.
It's a common misconception. We confuse working on weaknesses with pushing ourselves to improve. But there's a difference.
Explain it to me.
Tiger Woods is practicing golf shots, which are already in his strength zone. He's not practicing accounting or playing the piano.
Right. It's about getting better at what you're already good at.
It's like refining a skill, making it even sharper, not trying to develop something totally new from scratch. I love golf, but I know if I spend hours practicing, I'll never be great.
Practice makes permanent, not perfect.
If I want to really excel, I need to stick to leadership and communication.
Those are your strength zones.
Exactly. We need to invest our time and energy in areas where we have real potential. So, have you figured out your strength zone yet?
That's the question, isn't it?
Are you spending your time there? That's where the magic happens. But let's be real. The road to self-improvement isn't always smooth sailing.
There are bumps along the way.
Obstacles and setbacks. Maxwell talks about how we need to change our perspective on those tough times.
Turn them into something positive.
He uses this story about a pottery class from a book by David Bales and Ted Orland.
Okay, I'm listening.
The teacher divides his students into two groups.
Two different approaches.
One group is graded on quantity,
Just how much they produce.
and the other on quality. Guess what happened?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
The students graded on quantity ended up producing higher quality work.
What? Really?
It's a total aha moment. The more they embraced failure,
The more they were willing to mess up,
the better they became.
it challenges the idea that we should always be striving for perfection.
Sometimes the best path to success is paved with mistakes
We overestimate the importance of individual events.
and underestimate the power of the process.
We want the quick win, the overnight success.
But real growth takes time, effort, and a willingness to learn from our missteps.
And that's what everyone's doing right now by listening to this deep dive.
Exactly. You're participating in the process of self-improvement, choosing to learn, to grow.
Well, you're putting in the work. Now, we often resist adversity.
We don't like the tough stuff.
But Maxwell lays out some amazing benefits of embracing those challenges.
He argues that it builds resilience, develops maturity.
Pushes you beyond what you think you're capable of.
It's about seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth, not roadblocks.
This reminds me of a study I read in Time magazine.
On all years.
It was about people who'd lost their jobs multiple times
Oh, wow.
due to plant closings and things like that. The researchers thought they'd be devastated.
So,
But they were surprisingly optimistic. Their past experiences with job loss had actually made them more resilient.
they had learned they could overcome adversity and find new opportunities.
It's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly. So instead of fearing setbacks,
We should lean into them.
Maxwell says adversity reveals hidden potential, sparks innovation
Sometimes we need to be pushed outside our comfort zones.
to discover what we're truly capable of.
He quotes William Saroyan, the playwright.
What'd he say?
Good people are good because they've come to wisdom through failure. We get very little wisdom from success, you know?
That's deep. Often our greatest lessons come from our mistakes, not our triumphs.
Maxwell also shares this story about his friend.
Tell me more.
He was a former circus performer,
No way.
and he talked about learning to work on the trapeze.
That takes guts.
He said the most important lesson he learned was that you can't do anything truly innovative until you're willing to step off the platform and risk falling.
Wow.
It's about having the courage to try new things, even if you might fail.
Taking that leap of faith.
And Maxwell says the same principle applies to personal growth.
Sometimes we need that metaphorical engine failure to unlock our full potential.
It's about embracing the unexpected and using it as fuel.
Most people don't want to push boundaries until they realize they can survive adversity.
It's about building confidence through experience.
Recognizing that we're capable of so much more than we think.
Then Maxwell talks about how adversity actually prompts innovation.
I love this idea.
He shares the story of a young boy from a poor immigrant family.
Must have been tough.
He faced incredible hardships, but this boy became one of the most prolific and innovative inventors of all time.
Who was it?
Thomas Edison.
Wow, that's inspiring.
It's a reminder that our struggles can shape us into remarkable individuals.
People who change the world.
And Maxwell makes this really interesting point. He says our struggles can give us a competitive edge.
How so?
The lessons we learn from adversity become valuable assets.
They teach us resilience, problem solving.
A determination to succeed that sets us apart from those who haven't faced similar challenges.
Makes sense.
He tells this story about a businessman who overcame a ton of setbacks to build a successful company.
It's a testament to perseverance.
And the importance of learning from mistakes. And Maxwell leaves us with this powerful message. The people who truly change the world are the ones who refuse to let adversity break them.
That's powerful stuff.
It's about believing in yourself and your ability to overcome challenges.
So what stands out to you from what we've talked about so far?
What resonates with your own experiences? What are you thinking about right now?
Take a moment to really reflect on these key takeaways and think about how you can apply them to your own self-improvement journey. We've covered a lot.
From the foundation of self-improvement to the power of strength zones and the benefits of going through tough times. But there's more. In the next part, we'll delve into how experience plays into self-improvement.
And talk about what we might need to give up to keep growing.
Stay tuned for part 2. We covered some serious ground already.
From the basics to strength zones and even reframing those obstacles.
It's like we're building our mental toolkit for growth, right?
Exactly. And speaking of tools, Maxwell talks about experience as one.
Which can be tricky.
Because we tend to think experience automatically equals wisdom.
But it's not always the case.
Right. Maxwell says experience isn't the best teacher. Evaluated experiences.
So it's not just about having the experiences, it's about what you do with them.
It's like that saying, you can have 20 years of experience or 1 year of experience repeated 20 times.
Ouch.
It's about learning from those experiences, good and bad.
He uses this analogy of a ship's logbook.
Love a good analogy.
Sailors would record everything that happened on their voyages.
Weather, currents, even their mistakes.
They were turning those experiences into data points, right?
Exactly. They were analyzing what worked, what didn't, and using that information to do better next time.
Maxwell says we should be doing the same thing in our lives.
Keeping a mental logbook.
Of all our experiences, the highs and the lows.
And then asking ourselves some key questions.
Okay, give us the rundown. What are those questions?
First, just what happened?
Just the facts.
No judgment, no emotions.
And what?
What did I do?
Taking ownership of your actions.
Exactly. Then, how did I perform? Honestly assess your strengths and weaknesses.
It's like a performance review, but for your own growth.
I like that. Then we get at the heart of it. What did I learn?
That's where the real magic happens.
Those are the insights you can use going forward. And finally, the action step. What will I do differently next time?
Not just reflecting, but actually changing your behavior.
It's moving from thinking to doing.
Here's where it gets tough. Maxwell says sometimes to keep growing, we have to give things up.
That can be hard, especially for leaders who are used to achieving and accumulating.
We like to hold on to things.
He says growth often requires sacrifice.
Letting go of old habits, outdated beliefs.
Even relationships that aren't serving us anymore. It's about making space for new growth.
Decluttering our lives.
Physically, mentally, emotionally. We might need to declutter our homes, our schedules.
Even our minds.
He uses this example of a farmer preparing a field for planting. They have to clear out the debris till the soil.
Make sure it's ready for those new seeds.
We need to do the same kind of prep work within ourselves.
So what are some things Maxwell says we might need to give up?
Well, he lists a few big ones. Pride, for example.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
And control. Those can be especially hard for leaders to let go of.
Because we often think we need those qualities to be effective.
But Maxwell says true leadership actually requires humility.
And a willingness to empower others.
If you're always trying to control everything and everyone around you,
You're going to stifle creativity.
exactly. He also talks about giving up security and comfort.
Which ties back to what we talked about earlier, stepping outside your comfort zone.
It's easy to get stuck in a rut, clinging to what's familiar.
Even when it's no longer working for us.
We might stay in a job we hate,
Or a relationship that's draining us.
just because it feels safe.
But that kind of security can trap us.
Prevent us from reaching our potential.
He also talks about letting go of unhealthy comparisons.
Focusing on our own journey, not someone else's highlight reel.
This is so important with social media, right?
It's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others.
And feeling like we're not enough.
Maxwell reminds us that everyone's path is different. Focus on your progress, not someone else's.
And then there's the past,
Letting go of what's already happened.
which can be so hard to do.
Maxwell says we can't move forward if we're constantly looking back.
He uses this metaphor of driving a car.
You can't keep your eyes on the rearview mirror.
If you want to get where you're going,
You have to look ahead.
learn from the past, but don't let it define you.
You're not your past mistakes.
And finally, he talks about giving up the need to be right all the time.
Oof, that's a big one.
I think we all struggle with that.
It's human nature, but it can be a real roadblock to growth.
Because it closes us off to new ideas,
We miss out on learning from others.
even if they disagree with us.
It's about valuing learning and growth over being right.
This whole idea of sacrifice reminds me of a quote from Jim Rohn.
I love Jim Rohn.
He said, "We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
Ooh, that's good.
The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons."
Powerful. It's about making that choice to embrace the discomfort of discipline.
To avoid the long-term pain of regret.
Investing in your future, even if it means letting go of some things.
So what are you willing to give up to achieve your goals, to become the best version of yourself?
It's a question worth pondering. But, Maxwell doesn't just talk about what we give up. He also highlights what we gain.
When we choose to grow,
He says we gain a sense of purpose and direction.
which can be so grounding in a world that feels chaotic.
It's like having a compass and a map.
You're intentionally choosing your path,
He also talks about gaining confidence,
not arrogance.
but that deep knowing that you're capable of achieving your goals.
You can handle whatever challenges come your way.
And then there's resilience, that ability to bounce back from setbacks, to learn from mistakes and keep going.
It's like you're building this mental and emotional muscle,
The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Maxwell also talks about gaining influence,
not in a manipulative way.
but from being a person of integrity and wisdom, someone others trust and respect.
You become a leader, not just in title, but in how you live your life.
And finally, he says we gain fulfillment,
That deep satisfaction that comes from living a life aligned with your purpose.
being on the right path, knowing you're making a difference. It's about living a life that matters.
A life that's filled with meaning and impact.
So it's not just about giving things up.
It's about what we get in return. Purpose, confidence, resilience, influence, fulfillment.
Pretty incredible rewards, wouldn't you say?
They really are. It's like the journey itself is just as important as actually getting there.
Totally. And when you think about those gains,
Purpose, confidence, all that.
it changes how you see sacrifice. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about making smart choices.
Choices that align with where you want to go.
Exactly. Maxwell even says if you're not growing, you're basically dying.
Whoa, strong words.
Metaphorically speaking, of course. He uses this analogy of a shark.
Sharks are always moving.
They have to keep moving forward to stay alive.
Mm.
It's like that for us too, constant growth, adapting.
Especially now, the world changes so fast.
We can't just sit back and relax once we achieve something. Got to keep learning, keep pushing.
Otherwise, we become irrelevant.
Exactly. It's about that growth mindset. Believing you can always learn and get better.
No matter what.
So let's wrap up this deep dive into self-improvement with John C. Maxwell.
Back to those big questions we started with.
Bring on.
What does it really take to improve? Not just the theory, but the practical, everyday stuff.
It comes down to making that choice to grow. embracing the process, and being willing to pay the price.
It's not always easy.
Nope, but remember those 8 principles. Those are your guide. Be intentional, focused, committed.
And remember, growth isn't a finish line, it's a journey.
Always moving forward.
Which leads to our second question. How does all this personal growth translate into career success?
It's not just about climbing the ladder to get to the top. It's about becoming more valuable wherever you are right now.
Makes sense.
As you grow, you become more knowledgeable, more influential.
Even more impact.
And that opens doors. Promotions, raises, even just the respect of your peers.
Last question. What's the connection between those tough times we go through and achieving success?
It's about building that resilience, discovering hidden potential, and learning to see challenges as opportunities.
Turning those obstacles into fuel.
Those struggles can shape you into a stronger, wiser leader.
Maxwell suggests finding a mentor to help you grow faster. So think about it. Who in your life could be that person?
It might be someone you haven't even considered before.
Someone who embodies the qualities you want to develop, who can push you and support you.
Someone who inspires you.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive into self-improvement with John C. Maxwell. Remember, the journey of growth never ends.
Keep learning, keep pushing, keep striving to be the best version of yourself.
And keep those sources coming. There's always more to explore.